On February 23, 2021, at a roadside tire repair workshop in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, a light commercial truck was positioned above a service pit for maintenance. While a worker was inside the inspection trench, the driver mistakenly accelerated the vehicle. The truck's front wheels moved into the pit, causing it to tip forward onto the worker below. Nearby workers immediately attempted to reverse the vehicle by pushing it backward. However, it remained lodged in the pit and did not move. Engines must be fully shut down and vehicles secured with wheel chocks before any technician enters a service pit. A strict no-movement policy, combined with clear hand signals or verbal confirmation between the driver and ground staff, is essential. Facilities should also ensure that vehicles are stabilized with secondary restraints to prevent unintended displacement, particularly when positioned above inspection trenches. In the village of Mehran, a high-speed passenger train was traveling through a level crossing while a heavy fruit lorry approached from the road. At first, the crossing appeared clear and the vehicle passed through the barrier area with no train in sight. But as the lorry began to maneuver, the safety barriers activated and lowered on both sides, leaving the vehicle partially positioned across the railway. With alarms sounding and limited space to move, the driver attempted to adjust the vehicle's position. However, part of the trailer remained on the tracks. Despite efforts to break the barriers and move forward, the train arrived at high speed and struck the trailer, scattering its cargo across the area. Several people inside the lorry were treated for injuries, while the train was forced to stop further down the line. A significant section of track later required repair. Authorities later released the CCTV footage as part of a public safety message, emphasizing how quickly hazards can develop when crossings are not fully cleared in time. This incident highlights the importance of understanding the correct action to take if a vehicle becomes stuck at a level crossing. Safety agencies stress that if you find yourself between closing barriers, the safest option is to continue driving forward, even if it means breaking the barrier arm. Barrier arms are designed to brake upon impact, and moving forward prevents a vehicle from remaining in the path of an oncoming train. Patience, awareness of warning signals, and a clear understanding of safety protocols can make all the difference at railway crossings. Along a crowded roadway, a street vendor was walking with his hand trolley, making his way between passing vehicles. Everything seemed routine, until a stray truck tire detached from a vehicle further up the road. With little warning, the rolling tire approached from behind and struck the vendor, pushing him forward before continuing down the road. The incident showed how even a single loose component from a vehicle can create an unexpected hazard in a busy environment. This situation highlights the importance of proper vehicle maintenance and secure fastening of all components, especially wheels and tires. Truck operators and fleet managers should regularly inspect lug nuts, axles, and wheel assemblies to ensure nothing can detach during travel. For pedestrians and street vendors who work close to traffic, staying aware of surrounding movement and keeping a safe distance from active lanes can reduce the risk of sudden surprises. A delivery driver had just completed his routine drop-off and walked to the back of his truck to tidy up. With the job nearly done, he leaned into the cargo area to place the remote control back inside. In the process, he accidentally pressed the tailgate's closing switch without realizing it. The moment the switch was triggered, the hydraulic door began to lower on its own. Because the driver was leaning forward, he had very little time or space to react. The tailgate continued its automatic motion. This incident reinforces the importance of keeping control. Switches clearly marked, properly positioned, and protected against accidental activation, workers should avoid reaching into the cargo space while holding remote controls or standing near active switches. Whenever possible, tailgate mechanisms should be operated from a safe distance, with a clear view of the door's movement. Regular equipment inspections, proper training, and well-designed control layouts help ensure that hydraulic systems operate safely and predictably. At a level crossing in Psiwenk-Duji, the warning system was fully active. The red lights were flashing, the half barriers were lowered, and several vehicles were waiting patiently for the train to pass. Despite every clear signal telling drivers to stop, a delivery van approached from behind and made an unexpected decision. Instead of waiting, the driver went around the lowered half barriers and overtook the cars that were stopped correctly. He then drove directly onto the crossing and even attempted to turn across the tracks while a locomotive was approaching at high speed. The maneuver placed the van only moments away from a direct collision. Railway operators later explained that the train crew was forced to take immediate action, and rail traffic had to be redirected onto a single track. This caused delays for hundreds of passengers and resulted in stress for everyone involved, including the train crew. Authorities released the footage to highlight how a single unlawful maneuver can disrupt operations, damage equipment, and put multiple people at risk, even without a collision. This incident serves as a strong reminder that railway signals are not suggestions, they are essential safety controls designed to protect both road users and trains. When red lights flash and barriers are down, drivers should always wait, even if the crossing appears clear. Trains approach more quickly than they seem, and once they are close, they cannot stop in time to avoid a vehicle on the tracks. Respecting signals, staying behind the barriers, and avoiding shortcuts at crossings ensures safety for everyone: the driver, the passengers on the train, and the crews responsible for keeping the rail network running smoothly. Following the rules at crossings may add a few seconds to a journey, but it prevents incidents that can cause major delays, equipment damage, and unnecessary risk to many people. A worker was inspecting an area near a garbage truck while the vehicle was preparing to unload its contents. The truck's hydraulic lift system began raising the collection bucket to empty the waste into the main compartment. As it moved upward, the worker was positioned too close to both the lift arm and the bucket's path. With very limited clearance, the moving equipment made contact with him while continuing its cycle. This event emphasizes the importance of maintaining clear safety zones around garbage trucks and all hydraulic lifting equipment. Workers should never stand near lift arms, loading mechanisms, or the dumping arc while the truck is operating. Proper communication between ground workers and vehicle operators is essential to ensure everyone knows when lifting cycles are about to begin. A parachutist was performing a routine aerial display above the open sea. As he descended, part of his parachute line suddenly became tangled, causing the canopy to lose stability. The rapid rotation and downward speed made the situation difficult to control, and the performer began falling faster than expected. Despite the unexpected malfunction, he remained calm. Just moments before getting too low, he deployed his reserve parachute. The backup canopy opened properly, slowing his descent and giving him enough control to guide himself toward the water. He landed safely in the sea. The incident demonstrated not only the risks involved in aerial demonstrations, but also the importance of emergency procedures. Parachuting relies on thorough preparation, routine equipment checks, and strong training. Tangles in parachute lines can happen due to wind changes, equipment shifts, or unexpected movement, but knowing how to respond can make all the difference. Near a gateless railway track, a woman on a scooter attempted to cross while a train was approaching. Unfortunately, her vehicle made contact with the train, causing the scooter to be pushed along the track before coming to a stop. The incident highlights the unpredictable dangers of crossing tracks without protective barriers, especially when trains travel at high speed and warning systems are limited or absent. This situation underscores the importance of exercising extreme caution at gateless railway crossings. Always stop and look both ways before attempting to cross, even if no train seems to be approaching. Crossing only when the track is fully clear, staying alert to sound signals or approaching trains, and avoiding risky maneuvers can prevent collisions. Road users should treat all railway tracks with respect and patience, understanding that trains cannot stop quickly and that every crossing requires careful attention. An elderly woman was walking along a street in Jodhpur when a stray bull suddenly appeared nearby. Startled, the woman tried to move out of the way, but the animal charged toward her. This incident serves as a clear reminder that public awareness is essential when navigating areas where stray animals may be present. Even in familiar neighborhoods, animals can behave unpredictably, and pedestrians must remain alert at all times. Avoiding distractions such as using mobile phones or wearing headphones can give you extra reaction time to notice any potential hazards. Authorities and local communities also play a vital role in preventing such incidents. Effective animal control measures, including safe sheltering of stray animals, regular monitoring, and public awareness campaigns, can significantly reduce the likelihood of conflicts between people and animals. On September 20th, 2024, at a metal recycling facility in China, a worker was assisting with loading metal into a hydraulic compactor machine. After leaving the crane used for lifting and observing an apparent fault with the compactor, he entered the machine's feed opening to reposition loose pieces by hand. The machine was still operating, and the press cover descended while he remained inside the feed area. Equipment such as hydraulic compactors and presses must be fully de-energized, isolated, and tagged out before anyone enters the feed or compression area. Workers should not enter the work envelope of an operating machine under any circumstances, even to adjust material placement. Lockout-tagout procedures, interlocked guards, and careful hazard assessments are essential to prevent unintended machine activation. Establishing safe operating procedures and enforcing training on energy isolation protects personnel from unexpected machine movements and prevents fatal incidents.